We've been eager to cover the VR Fox for a while now, ever since our early video discussing how Latvia's Sisu GTP 4x4 deal fell through. Well, now seems as good a time as any to examine the platform that is expected to be the foundation for Latvia's future light tactical vehicles. Let's get started. First off, we have to note that we reached out to the maker of the VR Fox, VR Cars, with an interview request. A representative responded to us quickly, signaling openness for this collaboration. Excited about the opportunity, we collected questions from the community and passed them on to VR Cars. And then, nothing. No response. And so after a follow-up check-in email and waiting a few days, we seem to have been ghosted. Well, not letting this stop us, we're continuing with the video, even though it would have been nice to hear back from the company either with some answers or with a message that they've changed their mind. Now, perhaps the earliest news regarding the Latvian military's involvement with VR Cars goes back to December 2020, when 9 Latvian businesses received grants for military innovation. Back then, the company wasn't known as VR, but instead Baltic Motorsport Promotion. Nonetheless, this business received funding for the development of a new tactical military vehicle. Latvian public broadcaster stated at the time that during the implementation of the project, experts from the National Armed Forces would be providing advice to companies, thereby promoting the development of innovative and defense-related products. Baltic Motorsport Promotion joined forces with Vagi Racing to create a Special Forces Army vehicle. In 2022, the company signed a research and development agreement with the Latvian Army for producing the first 2 prototype vehicles. The first vehicle was presented at Adazi Military Training Area on September 5, 2022. This prototype also participated in the Independence Day military parade of the National Armed Forces a few weeks later on November 18, 2022. Ali Janssens, creator of the idea for the vehicle, pointed out that the invasion of Ukraine has demonstrated the need for a vehicle that can be quickly mounted and, even more importantly, quickly dismounted. The vehicle has a top speed of 160 km per hour and it's intended for both on-road and off-road conditions. Janssens told LSM, "The advantage of an ultralight, unarmored military vehicle that weighs up to 2 tons is that you can drive it on forest roads, in meadows and fields, something not really possible with an armored vehicle weighing 4.5 to 5 tons. In forested areas, the vehicle will be able to comfortably travel even at a speed of 60 to 80 kilometers an hour, making it possible for the vehicle to evade attack drones." The VR Fox has a 4-wheel independent suspension and an adjustable all-wheel drive system, and can travel about 900 kilometers on a full tank at moderate speed on paved roads. The vehicle in this initial form is equipped with 2-liter diesel or 2.3-liter petrol engine and can house either a manual or automatic transmission. We won't read out all of the vehicle's dimensions, but you can see them here. This variant can accommodate up to 5 personnel, 4 seats plus 1 standing position for a gunner. The vehicle has no sidebars and its height allows users to get in or out in one step, which is said to be very important for combat conditions, with soldiers wearing a full harness and body armor. We mention variants because this is intended to be just the beginning of the VR Fox journey. It has been made clear that this first version is designed specifically for special forces and operations that require speed, agility, and high maneuverability. The lack of doors allows the vehicle to park closer to a building or tree, as it still allows occupants to get in and out without being stuck behind a door that won't fully swing open. But Janssens tells LSM, "We're also continuing our work on a version of the car with an enclosed body, with a roof cover, windows and doors. It's not only the Latvian National Armed Forces that have shown their interest." As you can see from this LTV photo of a brochure or handout, the design is meant to be modular to allow for variations. We're not 100% about our translation of the text given the poor image quality, but doing our best, it looks like there's a covered, armored 4x4, a 6x6 Medivac variant, a 6x6 service vehicle with a single cab, and a 6x6 service variant with a double cab. When it comes to manufacturing information, it was stated in an LSM article that the VR1 Fox assembly involves a total of about 10,000 parts, of which more than 1,000 can be produced on-site. On this topic, the company's leader stated, "I don't know of any manufacturers that would produce 100% of the parts needed for assembling their vehicles, and our company produces not only the vehicle chassis, its suspension and swing axles, but also many other important components, such as the brake system and even the dashboard." The VR website states that the vehicle has many unified parts, and this makes the Fox easy to maintain and require fewer spare parts. For example, all 8 suspension arms, all 4 uprights, and all 4 shock absorbers and springs are identical to each other in order to simplify the supply process and reduce costs. This makes us think of the Defensure GRF from the Netherlands that we recently reported had been chosen by Lithuania's Special Operations Forces. A Defensure spokesperson had also discussed parts and design simplification as being a valuable feature of the GRF. Clearly, with supply chain issues impacting many companies after the pandemic, these things have to be taken into consideration. LSM, through speaking with Janssens, reports that it would take 9 months to produce the first VR1 Fox after the contract is signed. With current facilities, some 50 Fox vehicles could be produced every year. The company's chief adds that if demand is high for the Fox, then he's open to hiring more employees and expanding production facilities. The latest news that we could find, at least at the time of making this video, is that the ministry initially plans to purchase one batch of more than 30 vehicles. LSM noted that with the signing of the contract, full-scale production of VR Fox military off-road vehicles will start in Latvia, contributing to both supply chain security and the development of the Latvian defences industry by involving local companies in the production of spare parts. Based on a very recent feature with Latvia's LTV, VR's Janssens notes that more orders from the government will help the company to attract interest from other countries. Why is this? Well, he tells LTV that other countries will want some sense of security that VR will be around as a company in 5 or 10 years' time. If it doesn't have support and orders from its own government, then it could fail, and this would leave foreign customers with no ability to order spare parts in the future. And so that's everything we know so far on the future light tactical vehicles that'll go to Latvia's military. To put this choice of vehicle in a regional context, southern neighbour Lithuania seems to have chosen the 4.6 metric ton Defensure GRF for its special forces, although this seems to be quite recent news. For the rest of its military, the American-made JLTV, or Joint Light Tactical Vehicle, will be used, a vehicle that weighs at least 6.2 metric tons but can be much heavier with additional weaponry mounted. Up north in Estonia, the NMS 4x4 is the incoming light tactical vehicle. Made in Turkey, these vehicles have a weight of 10 metric tons. And so, looking at other Baltic countries and their choices for tactical 4x4s, it's clear that the VR Fox is much lighter and may even remain lighter even with doors and armor. In its current form, it's clear that special forces or scout/highly specialized reconnaissance units will make the most of its features. Indeed, this variant offers too little when it comes to protection from enemy weapons. And as you can see, it also offers zero protection from the weather, meaning that prolonged heavy rain or snow will do a great job at making soldiers in the field miserable. Of course, we'll have to wait and see what these future versions offer. But what do you think of Latvia's VR Fox and the plan to supply these vehicles to the Latvian armed forces? Let us know by leaving a comment.